Before Lothric, before the Lords of Cinder, before the world even realizes it is already dead, there stands a single figure at the gates of Firelink Shrine. A towering warrior, clad in rusted armor, impaled by a coiled sword. Unmoving, silent, waiting. This is Iudex Gundyr, the first enemy the Ashen One ever faces, and perhaps the most tragic. Because Gundyr is not a villain, he is not a monster, he is a warning. A monument to failure in a world built on false hope. So sit, rest at the bonfire, and let me tell you the story of the champion who arrived too late. The name Iudex is not random. It is Latin for judge. Not executioner, not guardian, but judge. Gundyr does not exist to stop you. He exists to test you. Like the asylum demon before him, Gundyr is the gatekeeper of Firelink Shrine. But where the asylum demon was brute force, Gundyr is something far more deliberate. He examines your strength, your resolve, your worth. Only those capable of defeating him are permitted to enter Firelink. Only those strong enough to link the fire, or inherit its failure. But Gundyr did not always stand here. Once, he was something else. Gundyr was once an Unkindled, just like the player. A warrior of immense strength. Chosen, or so he believed, to fulfill the ancient prophecy. He was meant to arrive at Firelink Shrine, to link the first flame, to prolong the age of fire. But when Gundyr arrived, the fire was already gone. Firelink Shrine was dark. The bell had long fallen silent. The flame he was destined to inherit had already faded. He was too late. In Dark Souls, timing is everything, and Gundyr failed not through weakness, but through circumstance. With no fire to link, no purpose to fulfill, and no guidance left, Gundyr remained. The coiled sword embedded in Gundyr's chest is not merely a weapon. It is a symbol. The coiled sword represents Firelink itself, the bond between champion and flame. By impaling Gundyr with it, the shrine did not crown him Lord of Cinder. It bound him. Gundyr became the shrine's warden, a hollowed echo of a prophecy already broken. Where Lords of Cinder burn away in sacrifice, Gundyr was left to rot, forever guarding a fire that no longer existed. And as time passed, the abyss crept in. When the Ashen One removes the coiled sword from Gundyr's chest, the truth reveals itself. A black, writhing mass erupts from within him. This creature, often mistaken for pus of man, is a manifestation of corruption, born from stagnation, failure, and despair. Gundyr did not embrace the abyss like Artorias' enemies did. He was consumed by it, not because he sought power, but because he had nothing left. The judge became the judged. The champion became the test. And yet, even corrupted, Gundyr fights with discipline, with purpose, because some part of him still remembers what he was meant to be. Much later, the Ashen One may stumble into a place that should not exist. The Untended Graves, a dark mirror of Firelink Shrine, a world without flame, without hope, without illusion. And there, waiting in the dark, is champion Gundyr. This is not the broken judge we first encountered. This is Gundyr before his failure. No abyss, no corruption, no parasite. Only raw strength, speed, and brutal efficiency. Champion Gundyr fights not as a beast, but as a warrior. This is the man who was meant to link the fire. Champion Gundyr shows us a terrifying truth. Gundyr was never weak. He was never unworthy. He simply arrived too late. In this dark firelink, the flame had already died. There was no fire to claim, no destiny left to fulfill. And so Gundyr waited. As the world collapsed around him, as the age of fire decayed into ash, until time twisted and another champion, the Ashen One, arrived in his place. Gundyr exists to mirror the player. He asks a single question. What if you failed? What if you arrived too late? What if the prophecy lied to you? What if the fire was already gone? Dark Souls 3 is not about hope. It is about inheritance. The Ashen One succeeds not because they are special, but because they arrive at the last possible moment. Gundyr is proof that the world does not wait for heroes. Gundyr represents the cruelty of prophecy, the failure of destiny, the inevitability of decay. He is the embodiment of Dark Souls 3's central theme. Not every chosen one succeeds. Some arrive too late. Some are forgotten. Some become obstacles for those who come after. And yet, Gundyr never abandons his duty, even hollowed, even corrupted, even erased from history. He stands, he judges, he fights. Iudex Gundyr is the first enemy you face in Dark Souls 3. But he is not the beginning of the story. He is its aftermath. A champion who failed not through weakness, but through timing. A reminder that the age of fire was already dying, long before you ever rose from your grave. And as you step past him into Firelink Shrine, remember, you walk a path already stained by failure. And somewhere in the dark, a champion still waits.